Hey everybody, Christopher Green, amtv, alternative media television. It is, of course, Easter. Happy Easter to all of you tuning in. God bless each and every one of you. And where do I start today? So we have gone from Donald Trump saying he would like to reopen the economy on Easter to being shut down on Easter like we are today, because again, they have not opened up the economy. I don't care if he would have liked to open it or not. To now where the Federal Reserve is warning of an 18-month rolling long permanent blackout lockdown here in the United States of America across all 50 states, which Donald Trump is the first president in history to declare a national emergency of this magnitude from sea to shining sea. All 50 states, the latest to include Wyoming, has gone from he would like to open the economy up today on Easter to now the Federal Reserve warning and Kashkari saying the U.S. may face 18 months of rolling shutdown, blackout, lockdowns in the United States, according to Bloomberg. States, quote, without an effective therapy or a vaccine for the novel coronavirus, the U.S. economy could face 18 months of rolling shutdowns as the outbreak recedes, then flares up again. Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis President Neil Kashkari said, quote, we're looking around the world as they relax the economic controls, the virus flares back up again, he said on CBS's Face the Nation. In addition to that, these are all the facts, by the way, folks. Donald Trump said this was just the flu, to now today, I'm going to show you the clip saying that COVID-19 is a plague.
For Christians all over America, this is Holy Week. We remember the resurrection of Jesus Christ. So important. But this Easter will be much different than others because in many cases we'll be separated physically only from our churches. We won't be sitting there next to each other, which we'd like to be, and soon we'll be again. But right now we're keeping separation. We're getting rid of the plague. It's a plague on our country like nobody's ever seen. We're getting rid of the plague. It's a plague on our country. We're getting rid of the plague
that the United States of America is fighting. His own words, a plague that our country is fighting. It has gone from what he called, these are his words, the sniffles. He even said this the other day, to the black plague. He said plague, not black, but he called it a plague on Easter. In addition to that, again, these are just the cold, hard facts. These are not and this is not my opinion. The U.S. Surgeon General warned on February 29th, telling people and Americans not to buy masks. This is another direct quote. I'll show you this. They are not effective, referring to masks, in preventing general public from catching #coronavirus. But if healthcare providers can't get them to care for sick patients, it puts them and our communities at risk. Let me repeat, they are not effective in preventing general public from catching coronavirus. To now, if you don't wear a mask in some states, you are fined, accosted by the authorities, the police, the National Guard, and ordered to wear a mask, or if you're not forcefully quarantined, and staying in your home and only running essential services like food, you will be fined and or jailed. Those are the facts as we sit on April 12th, 2020. So again, I was talking about this from the get-go, that this would be much longer than a couple of days. This would be much longer than a couple of weeks. Your life tuning in will never, ever be the same again. They do not deploy the National Guard. They do not lock down all 50 states from sea to shining sea. The Federal Reserve does not warn of a Great Depression and 30+% unemployment and an 18-month rolling blackout, shutdown, lockdown in the United States, according, this was a quote, of Neil Kashkari, the Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis president, unless they were planning for something much, much worse. And it's amazing to me, the cognitive dissonance, the normalcy bias of the American people. They want to believe so much that they're not being lied to. They want to believe that their politicians and their leadership is telling them the truth. And I can read direct quotes. Direct quotes. These are not my words. that prove these people have been lying straight to your face. We have no idea what's coming. Ominous, ominous signs point to an economic collapse in this country. Ominous, ominous signs point to a changing of the guard in the United States of America, a takeover of the United States, a lockdown of every single American. If you think this is just for the sniffles in the flu, honestly, you are just, man, it's bad, man. If you can't put two and two together here, I honestly feel sorry for you guys. I hope you're prepared. Of course, I'm preaching to the choir. Again, God bless all of you. It's Easter. I hope you have food and water. I hope you're preparing your finances with gold and silver. I hope you've taken advantage of our gold bars, our silver stacker bars, our 10, 20 ounce, 5 ounce minted coins. I hope that you're preparing for what's coming, because what the Federal Reserve is warning of, not just a loss of income, not just an economic collapse worse than the Great Depression, not just 30+% unemployment. Now there was a warning over the weekend of a 40+% collapse this quarter in gross domestic product, record debt, and what Donald Trump calls a plague in the United States of America only assures hyperinflation and the absolute destruction of the US dollar in your pocket. We saw this in the Weimar Republic in Germany. We've seen this in Zimbabwe. We're seeing this in Europe right now as the Eurozone disintegrates. And Boris Johnson, thankfully, who was on the verge of death, according to mainstream media reports, has now recovered from his infection of the coronavirus. Trump also stating today that most of the hospital beds, thankfully, and the hospitals that they built are empty. And I'm watching nurses do TikTok videos because there's no patients in the hospital. So again, folks, put two and two together. Please be prepared. Understand this is not going away. And listen, not to me, listen to this Federal Reserve president who warns of an 18-month rolling shutdown. You must prepare. It is not an option, or you will lose everything in this country. You need food, you need water, you need preps. Most importantly, you need your faith. He has risen. It is Easter. God bless you guys. You need to prepare your assets with gold, with silver, and you need to get your ducks in a row. I love you guys so much. Please click the link below. Visit us at amtvgold.com. I want to hear your thoughts, comments, questions in the box below. And please share this worldwide. They do not want us to get the truth out.
We're getting rid of the plague. It's a plague on our country like nobody's ever seen.